Hi, this is Attila16, and this is another live stream of my campaign with the Roman in Rome Total War 2, or the other way around. Hey, Shazam, how it's going? So, we're starting this as we ended the last one. We're starting with this battle, which is about 2,600 of my troops against probably around 5 or 6,000 enemies. This is a siege, so most of the enemies are actually in ships. There's also an army here, and that promised to be a pretty intense fight. Fortunately, I have a lot of veteran legionaries, which will make it rather interesting. I also have a good amount of equity, some auxilia, some javeliner, so we should be fine in this battle. And hopefully that will secure this place. Also, yeah, that will be a good battle. Of course, I love you too. I love all my subscribers. Of course, equally, without discrimination. So just tell me if the quality is fine, if the feed is is doing what it's supposed to do, and then we'll get into the fight. So this is once again a fairly standard town, always the same shape in this region. So I will attack it the same way as I do always, so that doesn't make this battle particularly original. But yeah. We'll attack from directions. There's a lot of ship which will come in. And I guess I will have to rely on my cavalry to intercept many of them, so I'll just keep my cavalry on the flank. I do have a lot of cavalry in this army, but the equity are not a particularly reliable force, so I don't really know how it will go for that. Where are my auxilia? I know. They're all the way here. Group them here. And these legionnaires actually seem a little boosted in armor, which is unusual in my army. I don't remember when that happened, but I think we're set to start this battle. Okay, nice. It's good to hear that the quality is good.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
So. And don't worry, I read all the comments, so if you have a good question, feel free to ask. If you have a recommendation, I will listen to them as well. That doesn't mean I will follow them though, but I'll try. If you want to me to experiment some weird stuff, I guess we can give it a try as well. Now is the time. There's a couple of ships over there. There might be another army which will come from inland. Neglecting sending my legion following my skirmisher. But the thing is that the AI is very say bunch up, and they rarely go out, so I'm not particularly concerned about the enemy charging my skirmisher. And I'm dividing my legion so that I can kill more of them faster. Well, I will also charge here. Now my velites are in range to fire on those defender over there. There's also a pretty intense, dense concentration of enemies here. Most of that faction army is composed of spearmen, so that should not be much of an issue for the legionnaires. Which, especially when you're thinking about the veteran legionaries. Now, the thing is that the last few battles which were into the previous live stream kind of made me realize that my legionnaires are perhaps starting to be outdated, and perhaps I should increase the quality of my troops, because although my legionnaires are still pretty amazing, when you end up fighting 5 armies like was the case in the previous live stream, Perhaps you need better quality troops. So I will try to improve that in the campaign. I will improve the quality of my troops. I will develop a little more my infrastructure for building those troops. And hopefully I will have legions with much better infantry. In terms of quality. Okay, now the enemy is landing their troops, which hopefully will be skirmisher. There doesn't seem to be any more troops over here. I will bring my auxiliaries closer here. Now we're in the fight. I'll try to charge backward. Yeah, sure. I'll tell my cavalry to walk backward. Sure, they will appreciate. That will show the great capacity of the horsemen that we have. So I'll charge those reinforcements over here, which are hopefully a lot of skirmisher. Yeah, I need to dispose of them very quickly, because if they actually start using those javelin, that might be dangerous for my troops. But if I engage them in close quarter, that's not as dangerous. It seems that I did rout one group so far, or two. Engaging further. The thing is that in this game, the best way to dispose of enemy armies is when they're defending. The weird part. Because when they're defending, they cannot really maneuver around. Which is good for you. Okay, so it's a couple of enemies which were defeated here, I think. No, that's just one unit of skirmisher. I will use my cavalry and charge some Arabian cavalry here. Yeah, I think Praetorian Guard might be a good idea. But just having armored legionaries could be a great improvement. Especially since skirmisher play a big role. And you want to have troops which have good armor. Also having an armory might be a good improvement. As for the nuke, it might be a little overkill, so, you know, we want to live in the newly conquered territory without becoming mutant. I think it's not good for the Pax Romana to send nuke all over the place. But I'll take that into consideration, of course. Okay, good. Now I will charge those troops here with my cavalry in the back. Yeah, make sure that you eat popcorn while watching this. Very good for your health, especially all the butter. Will give you high cholesterol. Terrible. But if you guys are a good chat, I guess this live stream can last a while. Okay, so cavalry. Oh, some cavalry charging me in the back here. It's not good. You can see all the javelin coming into the enemy rank. A few good troops here. I mean enemy troops. That's why they are lasting a while. These are noble swordsmen. Okay, here my legionnaires are still moving forward without much opposition. Here there's still some skirmisher which are resisting here. I don't know how they manage that. Well, here my cavalry is doing an infantry job, which I'm not sure is a good idea. But the thing is that cavalry, some cavalry, especially that one, is actually pretty good in static fighting, while some other cavalry are much better in charging. So it depends type of cavalry.
Brave Romans to a man.
It's actually very surprising how they're resisting here. Oh, camel. Shouldn't we underestimate the camel army.
Brave Romans to a man. Legionary.
I'm not sure where they're coming from. Kept them in reserve apparently. So the group here. Advance them. Or got some troops here. I even have some equity all the way over there. Decided to take a touristic path to the battlefield.
Brave Romans to a man.
I should probably watch the stamina of my troops here. I guess I will reinforce my rank. Here I will re-engage those veteran legionaries. Hello Valerius. How do you feel special now that I made a shout out to you?
Jupiter gives us strength.
Feel famous? I know the feeling.
Ready for orders.
Okay, let's re-engage here.
Sons of Mars.
We do have one legion which is very spread out here. And here I should probably simply hold on sending my troops which are a little tired. So I will just keep them there for them to catch their breath. And then I will push forward. All these troops here, oh, they seem fresh, so I guess they're okay for continuing the fight. Now these here seem a little tired and they seem to have lost quite a few troops, probably because of the skirmisher, so I will move here.
At speed. General. Advance at speed, generals.
Well, here my troops are a little tired. I do not have the option for second wind. Ah, the enemy now bring their fleet as reinforcements. Something that I need to take measure against. For example, here I will move my velites on the side here. And now I will continue engaging the enemy. There. All these troops are recovering from their fatigue. Yeah, that seemed to be already done. They're really fast at recovering. They're just fighting through to the center there. Well, that group of legionnaires doesn't seem to be reforming their rank, which I find a little strange. So I will simply force them to do so. Doesn't really mean that the fact that they're spread out doesn't necessarily reduce the effectiveness, but it's just that morally speaking, might be better for that. We have a centurion here. doesn't seem where to hit the enemy. Fortunately, the rest of the Legion knows. Guys are walking slowly toward the enemy. Well, here I will also regroup my other group of Legionnaire, which will make them probably be more effective, hopefully. And they seem a little tired, so I might as well get them out of the fight for now. So this way they will support each other in a more effective way. With better stamina. These guys are probably not tired at all, so I will make them lead the charge again. Well, here I will deploy one Legion, cut the path of the enemy reinforcements which landed over here. Okay. There's still a few camel troops here. Troops are tired, recovering. These ones are slaughtering everybody that tried to escape. And here I will reform the ranks. Because being spread out against cavalry, even if it's camel cavalry, is a bad idea. Okay, well, I guess most of the zone is secure. I will use my Auxilia to fight those camel. They are better fitted for the task than Legionnaires. Might as well put rapid advance. No, actually that creates exhaustion, which I don't really need at the moment. But the Auxilia now chasing down those camel. Oh, poor camel. Just fighting through. And now I suppose that with my cavalry I shall go chase down a skirmisher which landed from those ships. Because that's a good target of opportunity, which will get rid of the enemy fleets, which can be a pain, as the previous episode proved. Legion took some damage. There we go for the charge. It's just about killing as many as possible so that I don't have to fight them at sea. Especially since I don't really have a fleet. And that troop transport are really bad. I don't have GTA 4. I don't have a console. A PC gamer mostly. So I killed 4,800 and I lost 224. That's fairly reasonable. And that got that province secure. And go. Recent rank. I will dismantle all the buildings that were there before. I will gain money from it. And while the armory is there, I will update my troops as I can at the moment, which is a good thing. That will make them much more effective in percentage. The armory actually gives you a percentage increase. The better your troops, the more they will increase, I think, in terms of capacity. Here I will increase the weapon damage of my troops. While here I will increase the morale. And about increasing the authority. Yeah, the balance of power doesn't make much sense, especially in siege. But the thing is that the fleets are way over-evaluated. So, because there's a fleet outside of the town or nearby, they end up having such a boost in stats that the auto battle really put it into your disfavor. But in reality, the troops, once landed, are really bad in land battle. Okay, so here I will... that will be next turn. I will end this turn. I did everything I had to do. Will be fine. And one thing I did was I developed a lot the temple in my different region to increase my research rate. So that will allow me to research the different technology faster. And this will go help me at having better troops with more armor, which I will likely need as I expand east, especially since with the patch, I think we already start to see the impact of the patch 4, where the AI increased the quality of its troop and doesn't produce as much skirmisher as before. So that's a change which I will need to adapt my legion to. Yeah, lots of stuff going on. With that legion, I will send them that town here to refill the rank, because the attrition did hurt them quite a bit. Also, I think I will need more than one legion, because the last battle I had in that region was quite a disaster. And I guess one legion against 5, it's either you need very good legionnaires or you need more armies. So I think I will have to perhaps work on getting more legions up there. And hopefully the quality will also increase over time. Here this legion suffered from attrition as well, so I will send them as fast as possible into my territory here to refill the rank. I will just cycle between the different legions.
At your command. Ready for battle.
Now this town here is still unstable, and the only way I could fix that will be to conquer these guys here. But I'm not sure if I want to start a war now. Let's see. I think I will, because I do have some legions which are well placed to invade that territory, and just the presence of this faction is forcing me to keep a legion here, which is rather annoying. So I will take care of that. Well, here this other legion goes back to Italy to refill the ranks. I guess now we're fine with that. Here I'm still secure while making that region more stable. I will develop the temple for this. I will also develop this region into a potential place to produce troops. I will develop this. All the other region here, I'm dismantling stuff. This region here is to a neutral faction, I believe. So that's an interesting target for my next attack. Here I will develop a little more this region. And I think we're fine for now. Perhaps I should cycle between the different provinces. For example, here I can produce a port which will not affect public order. Here are some temples. I want to improve the public happiness as fast as possible. I will do a farm though. Because you need to spread out your farms quite a bit. And have a great production, because you never know when you can go from 67, like it's in the case now, to 0 minus something. Okay, here I'll develop happiness and research. This is all about public order. I think it's way more important to keep the public order high than anything else. Yeah, actually the live streaming is very good. Satisfied with it. And the chat seemed to be much better than it used to be. So that's kind of cool that I can read your comments super fast. Effectively and react to you and interact with you. What I like so far. I did that yesterday and it was really satisfying, which led to a 2 hour and 50-minute video. So
Commander.
You guys are a good chat, as I said before. That should be fun. So I'm putting my legion here into a position where I will be able to engage that faction here, and that will also allow me to have a more stable front. For example, I'll be able to have these province all the way up there. And then I will have to invade those German guys here. But first of all, I need to get rid of the 5 armies which are there. So that's what I'll probably do in the next few turns. I will also take a look. I'm totally broke at the moment. Spent all my money, finally. And now there's still that faction which I need to eliminate, or they will get eliminated anyway from attrition. If I have ever thought about doing an Egyptian campaign, yeah, actually I did an Egyptian campaign. I just never published any videos of it. It was a kind of campaign for my own entertainment, and it did go pretty well. The Egyptians are actually a very interesting faction because they are very diversified, and their position allow you to expand where you want. It's a fun faction. They are using Hellenic troops as well as Macedonian phalanx, and also many troops which are mercenaries, so it can be an interesting faction. But for some reason I did not. I decided to take a break from that specific campaign because fighting into the eastern part of the map was a pain, and I decided to expand a little too chaotically, so it was a pain to maintain. I'm developing my military production capacity in that region now. I can recruit auxilia which are on camel. Auxilia Arabian spearmen. That's what is interesting about the auxilia barrack, is that the kind of unit which you can produce depend of the region, and that allows you to produce a wide diversity of armies, and can end up being interesting.
Ready for.
Okay, let's develop this farm here. And what else is there to develop? Here I will actually do an auxilia barrack in Rome. And that's because Sochi Equity, which are cavalry, are actually very good. They are like the very strong lancer. So it's perfect for dealing with barbarian cavalry. Because they can win the charge. On the other end, they are really bad for staying into a fight. So that's something that we'll have to adjust. Okay, so that is okay. I don't think.
At your command. Commander?
Well, I guess I'm perhaps in position to invade that faction. They seem to have only 3 provinces. So that means that that could be a very quick war. So I might as well declare war on them. They might be more extended than I thought. Anyway, we'll get rid of them very quickly. And the main reason why I'm starting a war with these is to secure stability of that region. Because right now it's really bothersome to have to maintain a region, the single province I had from that region. Okay, so destroying everything here. Invading there. And anyway, I had to invade that region at some point. They're suffering from attrition at the moment, which means that their troops are actually pretty weak, so it's easy picking. Go, securing that place, dismantling the building so I get the money for it. This here I can develop the region a little. I should do more YouTube streaming. Yeah, sure. Why not? If you guys like it, and if there's a good amount of interaction, sure. And do I like Napoleon Total War? Actually, I have it. I haven't played it that much. I find that it's kind of limited as a campaign, Napoleon Total War. So I'm not that much of a big fan of it, I guess, since I haven't played it much. But for some reason, Empire and Napoleon did not really attract me much in the Total War series, and I think it's mostly because I think there's other games which provide battle of that era which are much more detailed. For example, I think it's Take Command 2 Second Madesa or something, and that's a game which is kind of uglier, but in terms of unit control, it's much more detail, and it's also much more realistic. Now, of course, it's not as pretty, but also the campaign of Napoleon are fairly limited in content, so that might have to do also with the fact that I finished all the campaign very quickly, which was probably not particularly stimulating for my mind, which researched some challenging situations online. So that's why I never really put any videos of Napoleon Total War. Yeah, actually, rewinding capacity for the video is kind of nice. You don't have that on Twitch. It's a very nice feature. And I don't know if you guys watched the live stream from yesterday, but there was a couple of battles which were worth rewinding for. So that was pretty epic. Had at least 2 defeats which were amazing. My defeats are usually better than my victories, to be honest. It's more exciting.
We hunger for battle.
Okay, so let's see, what can I do now? Still need to get rid of these guys. But I don't have the manpower to take on 6 armies. That's why I'm stabilizing this place. We'll end the turn. Actually, I need to rank up my general now, so I'll do so. Because they just won small victories against settlement which were totally empty. They rank up no matter the kind of victory they have. There we go. Now in the south here, I'm just waiting for that faction to attack my towns and die. And once I will be convinced that there's no more of that faction remaining, I will take that town out, which will mean that South Saudi Arabia Peninsula, I guess, will be secured.
We hunger, Commander. Ready for battle.
You all hear that Legion should be ready?
Hunger for battle.
Yes, it is. This is a newly built Legion.
At your command.
I will send them all the way north to replace my poor Legion, which died all the way there. And now I will start building this other one.
We hunger for battle.
Actually, it wasn't fast move, so I cannot yet. That will have to wait next turn. You ever consider playing with random or some of your subs? Yes, actually, sometimes I do. It's just that it's on rare occasion which I let new people in. But I guess I could work on that. And of course that depends which game, because usually I'm very diversified in the kind of game I play. Right now I'm playing Rome. I'm not really playing much Rome multiplayer or co-op or that kind of stuff, because I mostly find the appeal of Rome to be the single player experience, although the AI is quite disappointing sometimes. But the thing is that the co-op experience, it can be fun, but it's just that it's also very time consuming, and it's not necessarily since you need to play with the other person, you need to adjust with your agenda. So, it doesn't give you the flexibility of single player. As for playing with my subscriber in other games, well, we thought many times of perhaps playing Arma, which is a great game to play with random people sometime. It's just that so far we're still working on finding the perfect mission to play with people, and why I haven't really pushed that. But at some point I guess I will invite some subscriber to come play with me a little more, which could be fun. It's just that so far I never was satisfied by the context to play with my subscribers. So kinda, I have a high standard to play with people. What can I say? As for, do you like Medieval 2 Total War? Yes, I did like it when it came out. It was enjoyable. I'm not a fan of medieval time, that's why once I was done playing it a couple of times, well actually I did play it quite a bit, but that was many years ago, and it's not a game that I went back to or I'm attracted to go back to it, but that was a fun game while I played it. And the thing is that especially Rome Total War and Medieval 2 Total War, I did overplay them quite a bit at the time. That's why I'm kinda, you know, sick of it. Not necessarily because I want to be sick of it, but it's because I know them too well. And actually, if you used to follow my Total War campaign Chronicle blog back in the days, you should have seen this save game, which is no longer available now, sadly, where I beat the campaign in, I think it was 54 turns at very hard. So that was just meant that I was a little too good at that game, and since there's no challenge anymore, I moved on. Because up to a certain point, you want some stimulation when you play a game, and if it's not hard at all, there's no point playing, because you're not learning anything. As for playing multiplayer battle with my subscriber, well, I don't really play multiplayer battle by myself, so imagine organizing that with other people. I have trouble convincing myself to get into that by myself. So First of all, I should probably start doing it by myself, and once I understand how it works, then get to play with people. For example, the game Wargame Air and Battle, I did play with a couple of subscribers, but that's mostly because my subscriber met me in the game. And oh, are you that guy? Yes, I am. And I did end up playing with quite a few of them, and that was really enjoyable. But that's because we met in game, as opposed to try to organize something outside of the game. So it depends the games. And the thing is that many games nowadays have really good system to organize socialization element of the game, but other are really lacking. For example, in this case in Rome, I think it's not particularly well developed, the social element of it. It's more like, oh, just play that random battle and you will be happy. Yeah, sure. Of course. But that's not really socialization. For example, in Shogun there was at least the clan thing, which allowed me to be in contact with many of my subscribers through the Your Game Steam group. So that was very nice back then. I did meet many of my subscribers at the time, which was nice. And I'm still playing with a couple of those subscribers nowadays, so the real way to meet me is really through games, as opposed to outside of game. Because outside of game, you end up having to coordinate yourself, as opposed to naturally play together when you meet in game. Of course, that's all dependent on what game I'm playing at the moment, and the problem that I have, especially with playing with my subscribers, that in many cases my subscriber end up getting the game now, and I'm already tired of the game, so I'm moving on to the next game, which I then start showing as videos after. So that's why if you want to play with me, you need to be up to date in what I play, and also be aware of the future games, which I might be interested in. I hope that answers your question. Anything else, anybody?
At your command.
I will continue my war against those guys, because I want to dispose of them as quickly as possible before they build up their force.
Your next command.
Yeah, I have a new military tradition. It's probably the most important thing for your armies in this game. Oh, good armor, good sword here. That's a very nice region to capture. I will make all my legion pass through that region. I really wish you could simply upgrade all your legion at one. Well, I mean all your units at once. Because clicking this 100 times is rather repetitive. What am I building here? Let's build that region. Some temples to make them happy. Now, as you can see, the public order is a little better, but it's probably because I have at least one legion in the town.
Commander.
I guess I will move all the way there. Not sure why I kept that legion there.
We hunger for battle.
I'm not too sure what I will do about this here. We have a fleet all the way over there. They seem at war with the German tribes here. German Confederation. I think I will actually recruit a spy. And I will go see what's over there. Because if there's no army, then I have an opening to capture that town. It's just that in the last episode, which was live, I ended up fighting 5 armies or 6 armies.
Commander.
And that was a little too many for my poor legionnaires, which fought bravely billion. Rainbow Six. It's been a while.
Ready for orders.
Which Rainbow Six, by the way? Which one was the best? Okay, here I can finally recruit more troops. So let's say 3 Praetorian, 4 first cohort, 4 veteran legionnaires, 4 velites, and lots of cavalry. Well, 3 cavalry, which should be enough. This will be the rebuilding of that legion. Now I will ensure that there's nobody else which has which is remaining idle.
We hunger for battle.
Yeah, well. Wait for my spy to scout the region.
We hunger for battle. Commander. At your command.
Yeah, these guys are riffling their rank. Yeah, I think what I'm pretty much stuck to do now is simply fight my war, which is in the region around here, as I will build more legions to send up north to get rid of those guys. And after that, well, I will just consolidate my force. Oh yeah, the Turk Chronicle was awesome. Many great battle there, especially there's one which I don't remember the context, but it's like I was sieging a place, and that really was epic. You missed that? That was in medieval too. It was pretty awesome. Want me to join a war against these products? Why will I fight over there? Oh, it's my ally. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll join the war with you. No problem. I think the first cohort is like a unit which has a little more armor than regular legionaries. They also have perhaps a little more morale, but they are pretty much the same, all things considered. So there's not that much benefit from it. It's just a unit which is a little better. But I think veteran legionnaires are probably better. We can actually put that to the test here, simply in recruitment. Let's see, a first cohort, melee attack 71, weapon damage 46. Hear that? Very similar to veteran legionaries. Veteran legionnaires are better at melee defense. Same armor. Essentially, the difference is that the veteran legionaries are better in morale than first cohort. When you compare them to regular legionnaires, okay, well, essentially first cohort is fairly similar to legionaries, veteran legionaries. They are much better than legionnaires, but the veteran legionaries have a better morale. So the first cohort and veteran legionaries are 2 very similar units. And the Praetorian are off the charge, of course, as you expect. And in this region, I will now develop a little more my auxilia. Why I never played the Call of Duty, not Call of Duty, but Company of Heroes 2. Well, it's because all I heard from Company of Heroes 2 is that it wasn't as good as the original one. So that did not really convince me to buy the game. And well, I did make a few videos of the original Company of Heroes. I never really was much of a fan of it. I prefer a game like Men of War, which is much more realistic, and I think it's much better than Company of Heroes in terms of World War II experience. And it also had much more diversity of units and a lot of more capacity in terms of modding and potential. So I think between Company of Heroes and Men of War, I decided to go the Men of War path, even though it's not the most mainstream one. But I think Men of War, especially Assault Squad, is the superior game. So that's why when Company of Heroes 2 came, it's like, yeah, well, that looked like a game which is certainly not as good as Men of War anyway. So that's why I did not really care much for Company of Heroes 2. And if you never played Men of War, I recommend you to get it. It's probably very cheap by now. And this game is awesome. Might appear a little hard at the beginning to get used to it, but it's really not that hard. It's just a matter of getting used to it. And I think it provides a much better experience than a Company of Heroes ever was able to provide.
Ready for battle.
I hope that answers your question. And I hope you're satisfied with the answer as well. DLC faction for what game? Rome or something else? Or Company of Heroes?
We hunger for battle.
This turn is complete. I don't think I have anything more to develop. I probably should do simply an administrative tour now. See if there's anything I can develop. For example, here I should as well develop my temples and boost a little my the pace of my research. I shall do the same here. I will not develop my province that much because that consume either food or public order. So that's why having many provinces is much better than having very developed province in some case. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that you should not develop your province in this game, but it depends. Here I'll develop some economy. Okay, I will make some auxilia here for the fun of it. Might as well have some Celt mercenaries for a change. I should do some armies made of auxilia only. That could be interesting. Yeah, Prince of Macedon. Well, he played the original Men of War, so Men of War Assault Squad is much different from the original Men of War. And you should probably watch a few of my videos of Men of War Assault Squads, and that might give you a better idea of what the game is about, especially since I'm very knowledgeable on how you're supposed to play it. Because I was a little involved in the development of it. And that meant that I do know how it's supposed to be played, and all the rationale behind everything. And the thing is that Men of War Assault Squad is really taking Men of War, which was like a raw experience, and just extracting all the best out of it. And I think that game is a really enjoyable experience. And also the fact the original Men of War was really about let's say tank, and infantry was a very minor part of the game. And Metaphor Assault Squad really changed that, and the infantry become much more effective and much more reliable, and the tank become what they should be, a support tool as opposed to the main attraction. So it's a game which is much different from the original Metaphor, which Prince of Macedon is featuring. I don't know why he never got Assault Squad, but he really should get into that. It's a much better product.
Ready for orders.
Actually, I'm responsible for a few of the balancing of the game because, for example, the timer on the conscript, that's because of me. I might have spammed them a little too much when it was in beta. And the developer did not like that. So my bad. Sorry for all the fan of conscript. Because I know that when you play that game, you want more conscript all the time. You want to flood the map with conscript. But because of me, you cannot anymore. So my bad. Actually, for Rome 2, there's a mod which unlocks all faction. I haven't tried it, but might be an interesting thing to try. And I think that DLC stuff is not particularly interesting. In Shogun, I really did not buy into that, literally. The DLC were just, it's like not that different. And when you played Shogun, it's pretty much all the same kind of armies, and having unlocked more faction was just adding a few different looking unit, but not the foundation of the game, so it wasn't particularly interesting. The other end, Fall of the Samurai expansion was worth it. I think that was a good addition. Well, that will be a big battle for you guys. So let's go do that. I have a lot of veteran legionnaires as well as first cohort, so that might be a very intense battle, and there's 2 enemy armies. They also have ballista, which will be a pain for my legions, so that will be a rather cinematic experience right there. So for those that are just joining in, might be very good timing. Okay, so let's see. My Praetorian here. Praetorian. Wait a second, my Praetorian. Or my general. Okay. Strange. I guess some assassin killed my general. And I'm on the defense, so I think since they do have some artillery units, I will take my space with them. Like that. And this way I might start the battle out of range of their artillery. I'll deploy my fleet is in front right there. I'll deploy my cavalry on the side. I'm perhaps extending too much my line there. But the goal of my cavalry will be to dispose of the enemy ballista. So I will move my cavalries on the side there. And the thing is that those ballista, first of all, they are huge. And they are extremely dangerous against legions. I want to be careful about it. And we will not want to receive ballista fire into force at all. Oh yeah, that battle with the Mongols was pretty epic. You mean the one where I had catapult? Yeah, sure. That was very intense. It was kind of crazy. Such a bloodbath. How do I rate Total War, Rome 2 Total War actually, compared to other Total War? Well, I think that they released the game in a terrible state. So that was very horrible at the beginning. It's getting better. Actually, right now I'm using a mod which makes it much better. On the other hand, I think many of the units are balanced in a way which is completely wrong. So that's very bad. I think in terms of campaign, it's clear that some evolution compared to previous Total War. But I find that they are really... I think they are not developing the game as much as they should be. I think my rating is mostly about the evolution of the game as opposed to comparing it to previous Total War. I think it's clear that technically speaking, this game is improved. They need to rebalance the thing, pace it in a way where it will be slower, because these battles, even with the mod I'm using, which slow the battles down quite a bit, are way too fast. You don't have time to think, and whatever you do doesn't really change anything. Well, it does now with the mod, but the thing is that one of the charm of the previous Total War was the fact that you could slowly move your troops around and have some tactic which will have an impact on the battle, and ultimately you will feel that you were winning because of tactical achievement, as opposed to oh look, I have that super strong unit which can beat everything. So I think this game, it's fine technically speaking, but I think it should be better. Also the campaign aspect of this game, I think there's interesting change to it. I think they did bring some interesting improvement, but when you compare this campaign with a game like, for example, Crusader King, which is a game I do like, even though I don't really show it much, and I don't play it much either. But when you look at Paradox game in terms of campaign, they are a much deeper experience and much more enjoyable than the campaign of this Rome 2 Total War. And I think it's kinda a lost opportunity there, that they did not make a campaign which is deeper than that. So I think this game, technically speaking, it's probably better than prior Total War. Gameplay wise, I think the ancient Total War were more innovative for their time, while this is let's say not innovative enough anymore. For my taste, of course, I'm speaking only for myself. If you're new to the series, this game might be amazing to you, but I've seen so many Total War that I'm not impressed anymore by what they put in there. So it's kind of a mixed feeling about this game. You need a blood pack? Yeah, well, I can probably expect that at some point. It's very likely that either they will release a DLC with that, which they will make money on the blood of others, or somebody will mod it somehow. Well, I'm the one defending, and they're the one camping there, so I'm not sure what's that about. Fortunately, they are taking their time to react to my cavalry charge there. But their light horse are still fighting well. What are these? I'm just trying to get rid of as many cavalry as possible, because this way they won't flank around my force, assuming they ever move forward. Couple of skirmisher which are shooting me now. I don't like that. Why don't I attack my group faction? I think that's because they are actually my ally, and I think they actually offered me to be one of my client state. So I'm not attacking them just because it's rather surprising that anybody will offer themselves as one of my client states, so I'm just leaving them there. But of course I could simply send one legion there and get rid of them for the rest of history, but I just don't necessarily see a point to it. Where do I live? Well, I live in Quebec City, which is pretty much in this south center part of Quebec province in Canada. If you actually Google Quebec City, you will see that it's kind of, I will say it's a kind of appearance of Europe in North America. It's one of the last fortified city in North America. And it was also a place where there has been one decisive battle which changed the fate of North America between the French and the British. So because here we used to be a French colony, and then there was the battle of the Plaines d'Abraham, which ended up making the British Empire take control over Canada province, or New France back then. It was an interesting change in history. And it also means that around here we all speak French. I think Decisive will be playable soon. Yeah, probably. There's also the mod which allows you to play all faction, which might actually end up making them playable anyway without being a DLC. I haven't tested that out, but it's one possibility. Okay, well, the enemy is finally coming my way. Give him a while. Cavalrymen, the horse are usually in charge. Yes, of course. The whole point of cavalry. Okay, so I will dispose of those light horse there with my cavalry. Let's admire that while I read your comments and questions. I think I did answer pretty much everybody so far. There's the enemy general here, but these are noble horse, so they are probably way better than my equity. But I don't want to engage these for now. I will move my equity on the other side of the battlefield, because I think I saw some light horse here as well. Yeah, these are good targets for my equity. And I probably should take some better defensive position. Okay, so my first cohort, I will reorganize them into a tensor formation. Yes, I will put my velites on the back. Actually, I won't use fire. Just annoying. And I will remove the order to pull back. I will deploy my veteran legionnaires on the flank in denser formation. Since I do have my cavalry on that side, I will only keep one group of veteran legionaries. And I will send the other one a little more in the center, where we'll be able to be deployed where is needed. So those noble cavalry over there. At this pace, I might end up winning because of the time. Like, come on, attack me. What are you waiting for? Guess I will help them a little.
Ready for orders.
I need to get rid of those light cavalries. Yeah, I will pull back my troops a little. Yeah, I will advance a little more, because the hill will be in my favor a little. Wait a second here. Oh, they didn't manage to attack or to move without me noticing. Yeah, let's secure that flank here. Now we're set for defending that place. I will send my Kute to charge the enemy skirmisher there. All the enemy cavalry is buzzy here. Should be fine with that. Here that's a bit of an issue. They charge my legionnaire in the back. So I will send my veteran legionaries here to help out. All these group here will try to eliminate that enemy cavalry. There's the enemy general, which is attacking here. I will move my legionnaire around him with the hope of encircling them. My Praetorian are getting attacked with missile infantry. The enemy cavalry here is routing, so I will take this opportunity to charge the skirmisher, which I need to dispose of. Oh, those Praetorian are really receiving a lot of fire. I really need to get rid of those skirmishers. The fight is going in my favor now on that side. But my first cohort and center are still holding well. I'll charge with my cavalry here. And here I will continue to engage the skirmisher and melee so that they won't be able to do anything about it. I will also move my Praetorian in. And now you seem to have some kind of routing going on. And that was an heroic victory. That was pretty quick. I killed 2,800 and I lost 598, actually 613 because of friendly fire. Oh well. Checking comments. Changing history so that Texas will be speaking Hindu. Yeah, we'll do that. Why not? But that will mean probably losing quite a bit of terrain to the Hindu faction all the way east. But nah, cannot help it. Do you play any card game? Word question, I know, but seems like someone who will be really good at Magic. Actually, I'm not that much into card game for some reason. I like moving troops around. That's what I like. A card is too abstract for me. What are you waiting for Christmas? I wish that will come sooner. Yep. What do you do other than playing games? I'm thinking about playing games. What I do other than that? Oh, that's a satisfying answer. And okay, let's get back to that campaign. So, what's that? So that's the faction you were talking about earlier, or which one was it? Ah, yeah, that one. Yeah, we'll destroy that faction. No worries. I was confusing that with another campaign, I suppose. Because in another campaign I have that faction here, which is not this one, but somebody that was there, which was a city under my rule, without me controlling. So a client state. Okay, here I can recruit. Let's increase the quality of my troops. So I will put some Praetorian. Will cost me more, but hopefully it will also bring me more. Here I will fire those light skirmisher. I will recruit something else, which will hopefully be a good choice. So auxiliary camel archer, actually a good unit. How old am I? I'm 31, I think. That's last time I checked. Yeah, I'm in my 30s. Thank you for reminding me of that. The first video I ever watched from you was from Rainbow Six Vegas. Oh yeah, I was pretty good at that. I did some pretty epic videos of these. Sadly, it's not always the best one which were the most popular, but I did a few very nice ones. That was Rainbow Six Vegas, while it wasn't really like the original Rainbow Six, sadly, it was a good game of its own style. I think many people, perhaps of my generation, were a little disappointed that it wasn't a super realistic game, but I think it was a good game nonetheless for what it was. Now I will siege that place. A lot of armies around it though. And I'm still lacking those ballistas that everybody tells me to build. Now, if I don't attack that place, okay, well, I think I will just make a siege there. Let's build some ladder.
We take this settlement for Rome. We hunger for battle.
There's one enemy army here. I will move my legion to intercept by moving them into that town here. This way if they actually think about taking that town back, I will be able to stop them. Apparently I trespassed. Oh yeah, trespass. Sorry, not trespass. For some reason, trespass word comes sooner. Go figure. Okay, reading comments. Speak French for a while, Attila. Like a Paris French accent. Well, I have a Quebec accent, so I'm not sure if I can really fake the Paris accent, which is a little different. And I would not want you guys to be confused about it. Call of Duty, yeah, Company of Heroes in Rome as well. I've been a fan for a while. Oh yeah. It's rolling in the money. Yeah, I'm pretty rich at the moment. In the game, of course, but in reality.
Ready for battle.
Let's see.
Commander.
Well, if you guys want me to speak French for the comments there, raise your hand. I don't mind. Let's speak French. Might actually end up easy. As for the Paris accent, I don't know. Might be I know that if somebody from Quebec province end up into Paris for a while, they end up speaking with the Paris accent anyway, so something which you get used to. It's just that I haven't met somebody from Paris in a while. I don't remember what the accent is like.
We hunger for battle.
Well, here that enemy faction is really building the same amount of troops. Perhaps I should make a fleet and try to reduce that a little. I think I will do that. Building fleet. Anyway, I need a purpose for all that money. Let's build a huge fleet. And yep, okay. I don't think I can do any move at the moment, which will lead to expansion. I'm still stabilizing my empire. I guess if the province down there are happy, which they are not, I will invade that place next turn. Then this. Bob Wolf is really me speaking French. Anybody else? I know he has a bias there. So now you will be happy that Marib will be one of my next conquests.
And gratefully accepted is a blessing from the gods to all involved. So say the bones.
They want a non-aggression pact. Oh, they only have that province. So you won't have your non-aggression pact and I will invade you next turn. The Confederation, that's a client state of mine. Which I don't think they are much of a threat to me. They're not helping me either, they're just the one keeping England in order. Noble death. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's go attack that place. Oh, first of all, we'll simply trespass to do some scouting. There's not much enemies around here. We'll invade that place. Look forward to fighting the battle. Okay, there we go. Now that province is mine. Imperium. I can now recruit more legions. Let's dismantle everything here. Money.
Ready for orders.
Now the good news is that I have the entire province here, so I can probably increase happiness. There we go with an edict. Here I will recruit another legion. Actually, perhaps not here. I actually recruit. I will develop this place. I will recruit a legion made of auxilia for change. That should be funny. Or lead to many disaster, I don't know yet. We'll see about that. Okay, while here, I will move my troop closer to that place, which only has one province. So I will destroy that faction next turn. Great target. Now you can see here that there's no longer 5 armies around that place. This is rather surprising. Does that give me an opening? They all moved all the way there. Excellent. That's all I have to say. It's time to make my way to invade that faction here and capture the place while nobody's home.
It is an honor to serve Rome.
Good. I don't think I have much to do in the region now. And I don't think I will invade any place at the moment. Might as well simply end the turn. Oh yeah, that will be a pretty big battle. Fight this. Wait a second. Am I sieging or defending there? I think I'm the one attacking, so I will attack this. Auxilia might rebel on me. Oh yeah, sure. Why not? So, the one attacking, that's good, and I do have some ladder, which will make it much easier for my legionnaire to get in. I will not attack from that side. Attack from here. Okay. Let's see. Veteran legionaries will lead the charge.
Melee troops awaiting orders. Brave Romans to a man.
I think I will try to make this siege as cinematic as possible.
Proud Romans all.
So I will even bother to use the testudo formation. So it's time for you guys to get excited. It's a rare sight in my campaign.
First cohort. Attacking
Testudo. Now this legion is actually a little weaker than expected. They did suffer a few losses in prior battle.
Prepare to attack. Form testudo.
But we'll be fine, no problem.
Yours to command.
Oh yeah, that's assuming they don't have hordes of Palestine there.
In the expectation of victory, we will go over those walls and into their streets and
I will move my velites forward. I will order them to use their flaming javelin. I will try to burn down the enemy defense.
First cohort, sons of Mars. Dominate. Double time. Praetorians. Orders. Proud
We'll
Romans
keep my
all.
cavalry around the place so that they can perhaps see potential enemy reinforcements. Which are coming from there, actually. So it might be a good idea to get rid of those enemy reinforcements before anything else.
Missiles awaiting targets.
But it's too late.
Velites.
I will throw a javelin on those towers.
Velites.
Hopefully that will burn them best as possible. Preserve my ladder from being shot at. Here my legionnaire are moving slowly. That's testudo. The problem I will have is that the enemy reinforcements, they don't seem to be coming my way, which is the good news. Oh no, they are actually directly my way. Great. Completely neglected that.
Brave Romans to a man. Engage.
That probably did hurt. I probably should not let my single unit of general defend against all this. So I will move back my legions there. While here, I'll try to torch that again. Starting to look like the siege of Falaisia. Okay, let's fight these. That's a good opportunity to get rid of the enemy army, which is outside the walls. Yeah, there we go. Big chaos here. One tower is taken care of. The one that still is waiting to be burned. I will try to burn the gates. This is my first cohort there. My cavalry, I will disengage this place and take into position to charge those Celtic slingers. I already said the singers. Okay, that's good. The enemy is all bunched up back of I will be able to charge them in the back, I mean. Oh, they're also charging me in the back here. Now, while this is all happening, I'm not really paying attention to my fight for the wall. Just because I'm extremely confident in the capacity of my troop. Because these are actually veteran legionnaires. So normally they are competent enough to get rid of any defender around the base. Oh. Okay, they're burning the other tower there. I will send these Praetorian all the way up. Well, here I'm still fighting those what are these? Really fighting hard, my general. Levy Freeman. Legionnaires here are a little outnumbered. Let's move these in the back of the enemy formation. Now let's move the Praetorian in there. And let's use my veteran legionnaires to engage the enemy force there. Well, this fight is really all over the place. These are... what are these? I thought that was some noble. No, it's Oathsworn. So yeah, good unit there. Good that I disposed of them. It's time to regroup my legions and resume the attack on the fort. My veteran legionnaires seem to be doing a good job there. So there's a couple of Celtic warrior which are actually a proper opposition. The tower here which is shooting my Praetorian. Okay, well that will have gone much better than previous shield siege. Sorry, speaking now. Also. And now they are routing. Oh, good. The entire enemy army routed. So that's a victory. Still 2,200, and that's 333. That was rather satisfying. And that was actually a pretty good defense. Although they added a lot of skirmisher. And of course I lost my general. Which nearly happened in every battle. The only time I'm ranking up a general is when I'm doing auto battle, it seems. As soon as I'm doing the battle personally, you get killed by, I don't know, the wind sometimes. You never know. Sabotage? Why are they sabotage? Why I did not give you a warning? I don't know. You like pie, Yo-Yo Man? Really?
Drawn, but now it's bloodied. End this feud.
I don't know if I will keep doing live stream at this specific time. We'll see in the future. But I'm giving it a try. So if I have an audience, then I might continue doing so, but we'll see. It's just that at this time of the day I have the energy to do it. So that's what matters to me. And I'm also available. Okay. Am I playing on extreme setting? No, I'm not. I will re-show again the setting I'm using graphically. I did show it in the live stream yesterday, but you want to take a good look at it. Anti-aliasing on, texture quality I, isotropic filtering 2x, shadow on ultra, water on medium, sky on medium, shadow model 5, particle effect medium, vegetation alpha off. Unit size large, but the campaign is actually ultra. Building details medium, unit details very high, trees medium, grass medium, terrain ultra, depth of field off, and I only have SSAO activated here. Also have unlimited memory, which is not really useful for me, but I put it anyway. And that was my graphical configuration. So it's a kind of a good balance, especially when you're doing recording. So for me it works well. Okay, now let's see.
At your command.
Under the impression that I'm having a camera bug. Or maybe not.
We hunger for battle.
I don't know.
Ready for orders.
So I will now go attack that town, which is now undefended thanks to this faction war against somebody else. Oh, it still seemed to be very well defended though. But it's mostly defended by spearmen, so that should be no big deal. I will attack this. Of course I remember you, Pixie Dog. Why will I not remember you? I remember all my subscribers, nearly. At least those that comments. That's the best I can do. If you're a regular commenter on my videos, usually I end up recognizing many of you guys, so at some point, even though I don't necessarily know everybody personally, I end up recognizing people. It's just that sometimes there's just too many people. But if you're a regular commenter on my latest video, or on my live stream, for that instance, I do remember a few. Of course, that all depends the quality of comments as well. The better the comments are, in terms of mental stimulation for me, the more likely I am to remember you. Good. Let's go with this. I think the mission is fine now. And I will send 2 cohort there, 2 cohort here, 2 cohort here, supported by one legion group here, one legion here, one legion here, one in reserve, general in reserve, cavalry on the side. 30 days forward. And okay, there we go.
Yours to command. Understood.
Who was the most difficult enemy to defeat? Well, in the last live stream I did, which was yesterday, I had a pretty difficult battle against actually that faction. I fought 5 enemy armies, and that was rather difficult. I ended up losing, and now I'm avenging myself in this specific battle actually. It was difficult because there were too many for me. For my legion. I should give the credit where my legionnaire fought bravely until the last. And only my mercenaries survived, sadly. But that was a really good fight. And also the fact that it's been a couple of turns now with where we are in the patch 4. I think the AI is starting to build better troops. So that's a good thing. And there's also less skirmisher, which means that there's much more troops which are melee. So that's proving to be much more of a challenge. Oh, nice. Australian. What time is it there? Must be the morning or at night. Usually Australia is like diverted to me. By the way, where is everybody coming from? Who's watching me? I don't know. So tell me. I will be very curious to know about that. Of course, you have YouTube statistic which tells you all this, but that's not personal, you know. I want to know who really cares, who's courageous enough to comment on my videos. What matter? Your brother. Is it a good unit? No, that's not a good unit. An interesting battle in the snow now. Okay, what is this? Okay, there's like one unit of spear which is in the middle of my legionnaires. I suppose that I won't bring my cavalry yet. The thing is that there's those reinforcements here, but the ships of barbarian like these, or the Celt, usually are filled with spearmen, so using cavalry against them is not necessarily wise. Let's switch the fight there. The thing is that so we have a good diversity of viewer, but the ships are very nice. Diversity is the best thing ever. Usually are filled with spear. Seems to be a pretty static battle there. Going slowly. But I guess this is really the kind of context where the Legionnaire prove their worth, because they are not being flanked or anything. Wow, they are a little bunched up here. Probably should spread them out. Not so much that there's much danger there, just that there's a risk. Oh, skirmisher here. I'll charge them with my cavalry. That will give my cavalry a purpose. The Legionnaires are slowly moving forward. But these Legionnaires did manage to pierce through the line. I will make sure that they keep pushing forward. There seems to be some skirmisher here. Oh, that's actually a Scorpion. It's dangerous. I will send my troops here in reinforcements. Support my advance. My troops, which were in reserve there, are likely in good shape. My troops are starting to be tired when my velites are actually out of ammo. continue to push in with my cavalry here, because there's a couple of skirmishers here. I think my legionnaires are really getting tired from all that snow. They're lucky they don't live in Canada in winter. We'll get tired all the time. The big fights seem to be happening on that side, not even in the center.
General! Forward, legionaries! Ready, troops! General!
What happened to my legions?
First cohort!
Seem to be getting slaughtering. Ah!
Legionaries!
This.
Your orders?
Need to charge.
Advance!
When in doubt, charge.
Let's for glory!
Great lesson. Here I even have a legion which is chasing something. I have no idea what that is. Because they're killing the crew. That Scorpion unit, which likely caused quite a few loss to my troops. That's a very strange positioning of formation here. We'll order my velites to spread out and support the advance. You hear my cavalry and legionnaires seem to be breaking through. Good news. And how about sneaking by here? Don't worry, I will use them to charge the enemy. The thing is that the cavalry is a useful tool to be mobile. Want to rely on them, on their mobility. And also the equites seem actually pretty good when bogged down into a kind of infantry fight. But they're not necessarily a unit which is only about charging. That's why I'm keeping them on horse. That legion is starting to be wondering what they're doing, I think. Well, here they're still fighting quite well. The thing is that there's many good units now. So Sword Master are really good. And my troops are exhausted. So, what are these? Oh, Praetorian. Just when we need them. I think I will disengage that group of legionnaires. And I will engage my Praetorian instead. It will also allow those troops to recover from exhaustion. Hopefully. Of course, that might be a disaster, I don't know. We'll see about that. But so far this faction has been quite a pain. They defeated at least, completely destroyed 2 of my legion. And as you can see, they are really putting up a good fight. Okay, my cohorts will now recover. And my Praetorian will finish those enemy off. Hopefully. If Praetorian are not able to do that, starting to wonder about the future of this empire. Yeah, that's a good diversity of age. But I think my public globally is much older, because many of you guys are actually following me since between 8 years and now. So the average age of my viewership is actually pretty old compared to other YouTubers, which is an interesting aspect of my viewers. They're smarter than everybody else, make them very hard to satisfy, of course. Always is demanding more. capturing that place now. Yeah, these German are really fighting big time. Normally, most other faction will have routed. It's very impressive how much they fight. Because I have killed an enormous number of them, as you can see now. And they're still fighting, they're not backing up. That's rather impressive. And even though they are completely exhausted, they are still fighting, and they still have their morale up. That faction is something. Those legionnaires are tired. But my Praetorian are now getting there, and they probably will make a short work of all those outsworn. Actually, how are these? Oh, I don't know. But they will die quickly, hopefully. That was a pretty... Wow, they're still fighting. Look at this. These guys are not routed yet. And look at the carpet of dead body. All over the place. This is a pretty intense fight. I think so far this faction has been the most difficult one I encountered. They really fought very well. The last live broadcast I did, the previous episode, had a very intense battle against them. Look at that, I lost 1,099 soldier. That's like the most loss I had in victory. Do I subjugate them or destroy them for good? That's the question. They're too dangerous. I will destroy them. I don't want to ever have to fight them again. Although they have a fleet there. So they will likely come and fight me again. But this time I'll be defending, which will give me an edge. Transform this into auxilia. And this I will destroy it. Right. I think
At your command.
Let's see what I can do.
Commander.
Checking my different legions. Here.
Ready for orders.
I think I will try to destroy them in a auto battle there. But that will be resolved. It's only made of mercenaries. Okay, executing them. But they will never come back.
Ready for battle.
And now I will go back into my town here. With this army, I might be forced to stay there actually. Nice. Able to in that place. Oh yeah, because I'm under siege.
We hunger for battle.
We'll chase them away. Now I will dismantle the buildings. There we go. And we'll convert the population. Okay. Done.
Ready for battle. At your command.
Create an Attila nerf. Yeah, sure.
Ready for orders.
No, they just need to make the AI smarter. And the thing is that I think up to a certain point, I'm not really that good at the game yet. And the reason why I'm saying that is that so far the game has been so easy that I did play quite a bit, but I did not develop much skill at it. And that's why I'm saying that I'm not necessarily good at the game yet. Oh, I think the game crashed. So, yeah, I think the game crashed. It's all locked up. So yeah, essentially, it's the game which is requiring... it needs some fixing and patching. So since the game crashed, I suppose that we'll end the live stream here. And I guess I'll take a break, and this will also allow you guys to watch what you might have missed from earlier in this live stream, as well as check the epic battle that were happening in the previous one. If you haven't done that yet, the previous episode is 2 hours and 50 minutes, so that was pretty intense. And I'll let you on this. So it was very cool to see you guys and to read all your comment, interact, and I think I will continue to do those live stream because it's kind of fun, especially the interaction part. So I'll see you later.